Only 2 weeks after the final day of classes on July 7, public schools will once again open its doors for the conduct of the National Learning Camp.
Gusto mo maging isa? Ano mo yan? Huwag ka mahiya sa kanila. Sige, para gusto mo maging isang chef ba yan? O gusto mo maging isang chef para? O sige, basa. Okay, gusto niya maging isang chef.
Good day to everyone. What you have watched is the actual happening inside the classroom during the National Learning Camp 2024. This audiovisual presentation is presented to you by the researchers Yulo, Digamon, and Torres, assessing the level of acceptance of Mathematics Teacher's Guide for National Learning Camp. The Department of Education, DepEd, launched the National Learning Camp, NLC, during the 2022 to 2023 end-of-school year break in support of the new Matatag Basic Education Agenda that aims to fill the learning loss during the COVID-19 pandemic, DepEd, 2023. Following the alarming results from the Program for International Student Assessment, or PISA, the Philippines ranked 76th out of 81 countries in reading comprehension, mathematics, and science. This placement indicates Filipino students performed significantly below the average scores of participating countries. The Department of Education, DepEd, acknowledged that the results suggest Filipino students are 5 to 6 years behind in learning competencies. This situation highlights the urgent need to enhance educational outcomes in these critical areas. The study sought to assess the level of acceptance of mathematics teachers for the National Learning Camp. This study will be guided by the objectives for the study. 1. What is the level of acceptance of mathematics teachers in Mathematics Teacher's Guide for National Learning Camp in terms of technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge? 2. What is the level of implementation of NLC in terms of the lowest mean among the TPAC foundations as observed by the researchers? Hypothesis. Is there a significant difference between the level of acceptance and level of implementation of the lowest foundation observed by the researchers? Null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the levels of acceptance and level of implementation of the lowest foundation, pedagogy knowledge, observed by the researchers. A comparative research design is utilized in the study to further explain, present, and interpret the data collected by the researchers from the assessment of the level of acceptance of mathematics teachers. This design is used to compare the variables of the study in order to identify the differences between variables. Research locale. The study was conducted in 3 selected public elementary schools of Antipolo, Rizal, chosen for their high academic performance. Population and sampling. The population for this study comprised grade 4 mathematics teachers from the 3 selected schools, totaling 43 teachers. Result. Each foundation of the TPAC framework, technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge have all gathered above overall mean of 4.0 that has an interpretation of strongly agree. However, the data have shown that the pedagogical knowledge has the lowest overall mean score among all 3 foundations. Overall, the National Learning Camp is highly accepted by the teachers from the selected schools. The result shows that each foundation is met by the National Learning Camp to be able to improve the students that wants to participate. Moreover, the data of pedagogical foundation observed by the researchers shows that the pedagogical content of the National Learning Camp is being utilized by the teacher. Conclusion. The findings of the study indicates that the NLC activities are well received, with a strong level of acceptance across the dimensions of the TPAC model. The implementation of the National Learning Camp Guide given to teachers by the DepEd is executed thoroughly by the teachers, with the addition of the fun activities at the end of their lesson that made the National Learning Camp much engaging and enjoyable for the students not to feel like they're taking remedial classes. Recommendation. 1. With the data showing that the pedagogical content as the lowest, improving the activities that can challenge the students' capabilities to the level they can still enjoy is highly recommended. 2. As the generation moves forward and technological advancement progresses, the researchers recommend that keeping the technological content up to date and inclusion of new technological trends will help the efficiency of teaching and learning. In the contents of the National Learning Camp, The researchers recommend aligning the contents according to the level and group of the students, not too hard nor easy, but challenging enough for them to learn and improve. 4. In the aspect of continuously improving the overall development of the curriculum, the researchers recommend that the collaboration of different experts in the field will further improve the National Learning Camp. For future researchers, this study can be expanded through the insights from other subject teachers, specialists, curricularists, or from other branches of education. Their insights would help the improvement of our educational landscape from a larger scope of experts in the field. Thank you for listening.